It's that time of year again when students are getting ready to go back to school in the fall and they're doing their back to school shopping, but for some reason they often buy a lot of items they really just don't need while they're in college. So today we're going to be talking about the key student tech essentials you should consider buying when doing your shopping this year. The one thing to keep in mind is that students often have different budgets, wants, and needs when they're doing their shopping. So I've gone ahead and split all the products in this video into two main categories. The first category is people's choice, and these are going to be products which are a little bit more popular and well known, but they are going to be coming in at a little bit of a higher price. The second category I also wanted to include in this video is the affordable category. So these are products which are still really good quality and I've seen a lot of great reviews about online, but they're coming in at a little bit more of an affordable price tag for those of you who don't want to take a heavy hit to your wallet. With that said, let's jump into the first essential on this list, which is your laptop. In 2021, you simply cannot be a college student without having a proper and functioning laptop that you can take notes on or do any research required for that course, and this has been especially relevant during COVID. So if you haven't already gone ahead and upgraded your laptop during the pandemic, it's definitely a good idea to do that before you go back to in-person classes in the fall. The first recommendation for the people's choice category might be a little bit on the basic side, but it's still been so popular for so many years, and that is Apple's Macbook Air. The key thing which draws students towards the MacBook Air is the fact that it is super light and you're able to just carry it around with you all day when you're running from class to class, and it's not really going to add that much weight to your backpack. So investing in a MacBook Air is going to give you enough weight advantage, but you're also going to be able to get a really fast processor. So you're never going to feel like your laptop is slowing down. The only downside I would warn you guys against is the fact that the battery life isn't as great on the MacBook Air compared to some other laptops. So having your charger with you throughout the day is probably a good idea. The other more obvious downside to the MacBook Air is the fact that it has a pretty hefty price tag going along with it. So if you're looking for something in the affordable category, then I'd recommend going with the Microsoft Surface Pro 7, and this is going to come in at around the $800 mark. One of the great things I heard about this laptop online from some of the reviews is the fact that it's a 2-in-1, so you're going to be able to use it as a regular laptop and it's going to have that keyboard, but at the same time it's also going to be able to turn into a tablet. So if you want to draw or take notes by hand, you're going to be able to do that because the Surface Pro actually has a touchscreen. The second item on today's list is picking up a good pair of headphones. If you've seen other videos on my channel, then you know how much I stress having a good pair of headphones, and headphones that specifically have noise canceling features. As a student, you're gonna want to always stay focused and locked in as much as possible, and you're gonna have to do this by limiting distractions, and one of the great ways of doing that is by having a pair of noise canceling headphones so you can just tune everything out and focus on what you have to do. A few months ago, I decided to bite the bullet and buy a brand new pair of headphones, and after doing a lot of research and looking at different items and products online, I finally decided to go with the Bose Quiet Comfort 2s. One of the things I absolutely love about these headphones is the fact that they have this soft cushiony material, so I'm able to wear these for a really long amount of time, and some of the other headphones I've had in the past would give me migraines after 2 or 3 hours because they would just constantly squeeze my head and they weren't made for long durations. And wearing these for 5, 6, even 7 hours, you're not even going to notice that they're on, and they're relatively comfy as well. And of course, they also have that noise cancellation feature, which I absolutely love, and they have a very high setting where it just literally blocks out everything and you can't hear what's going on, but they also have a low noise cancellation feature. So if you're still at home but maybe your dog is barking or there's other little noises, this is also still going to help you tune things out, but not completely. If you prefer instead to have a pair of earpods, then I'd recommend going with the Apple AirPods 2nd generation. And personally, I have the 1st generation of Apple AirPods, and one of the things that is really annoying is they don't have that noise cancellation feature in this generation. It's only available in the 2nd generation, and more specifically, they have the white noise edition. So you're going to be able to wear these and focus But if you're gonna pick these up, make sure it's the second generation just to get that noise cancellation feature. If you prefer instead a more affordable option, then I'd recommend going with the Amazon Echo Buds second generation, because I've read a lot of great reviews about these online, and they are also another great pair of earpods. So take a look online and make sure you try and pick one of these up if you can. The third essential you should consider picking up before school this year is an external microphone, and this is something which a lot of people don't really consider an essential, and it might seem like just a waste of money. But with that being said, if you're somebody who is constantly on phone calls all day long, maybe you're on Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Skype and you're constantly having these video calls, then picking up an external microphone is definitely going to make a big difference. One of the main reasons I always suggest an external microphone is because your regular input from your laptop is sufficient. However, you're going to notice there's a lot of background noise for other users on your call, and it's going to become pretty noticeable if you're on the phone all day. So having an external microphone is going to give you one, really good quality and your voice is going to be clear, and two, it's also going to reduce that background noise so that people on your phone call aren't just distracted by what's going on around you and your voice is the only thing that they're focusing on. And one of the things that people for some reason just never mention is the fact that there are so many really good quality external microphones available, and they're all super reasonably priced. So spending that extra $50 or $55 is gonna take your input sound to the next level. For the people's choice, I'd recommend going with any of the products from Blue Microphones. I personally have the Blue Snowball Ice Edition, and I've had this microphone for probably 6 or 7 years, and it's definitely one of the best tech items that I've personally purchased. And if you're wondering how the overall quality and sound from that Blue microphone is, well, you can tell right now because I am actually using the Blue Snowball Ice to record this video. So all of the audio I am using right now is being picked up from that microphone, so you can get a sense of the bass, the audio levels, and the overall quality that you're getting for only about 50 bucks. And because it's also so reasonably priced, I've put this product into both the people's choice and the affordable category because it just makes sense that you're getting such a great quality product at such a good price. So I've only got the one item here because whether you go with the Blue Snowball Ice or any of the other Blue microphones, you're gonna get an amazing product. Real quick, if you've enjoyed the video so far, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so that I know you want to see more content like this in the future. As a side note, I'm also going to include all of the products mentioned in this video down in the description below, so that way you can go and see the model and the price and everything else that I've mentioned in this video for yourselves. The fourth item on today's list is picking up a monitor. Now the thing about monitors is that you're obviously only going to have access to them when you're working in your dorm room. So you should consider how much time are you spending in your dorm room actually doing work or watching TV, and the second thing is how much desk space do you have, because those two things are going to dictate if you're going to pick up a monitor or not. If you're somebody who spends a lot of time doing their work in their dorm room, then I'd highly suggest picking up a monitor because you're going to have your productivity and efficiency drastically improved if you pick up a monitor. This is because if you have more than one screen that you're working on, you're going to be able to use multiple apps and tools at the same time compared to if you had to just try and flip between them on the one screen. As an example, on one screen you might have your notes or lecture notes for one class that you're taking, and then on the other screen you're going to have your Zoom call open where your professor is doing the teaching. So seeing both of these at the same time just makes sense. Another example is if you have your script for a video open on one screen and then your editing software open on the other, it just makes sense because you're going to be able to see both at the same time, and you're just going to cut down the amount of time you're flipping between the two. I'd recommend for the people's choice category going with any of the monitors from Acer because they are around $180 or $200, but they are all super great quality. So if you go to your local Best Buy or your Walmart, you can pick one of these up for about $180 or $200 max. If you're looking for a more affordable option, then I'd recommend going with any monitors from LG because they have monitors for about $150 max usually, and you're still going to be getting a really great quality monitor, which also has a pretty quick refresh rate. So I've read some really good reviews online about all the monitors from LG, so see if you want to pick one of those up before school starts. The fifth item on today's list is a mouse and keyboard combination, and obviously this makes sense if you're going to pair it with a monitor. You usually wouldn't just pick up a mouse and keyboard just if you're using your laptop. So picking up a mouse and keyboard is going to, I guess in a way, complement the monitor that you also have. From personal experience, I've found that gaming mice and keyboards are actually the way to go because they are definitely really well built, and because of that, they last a really long time. I personally have a mouse and keyboard from Razer, and I've had these for about 6 or 7 years, and they hardly even have a scratch on them because they are so well built. So if you are looking for something a little bit more mechanical and durable, then any of the products from Razer I'd classify as going into the People's Choice category. If you're looking for a bit more of an affordable option, but you still want a gaming mouse and keyboard, then I'd recommend going with any of the products from Blackweb because you're still going to be getting a really good and high quality item when you purchase it. However, they're definitely priced a lot more conveniently than any of the products from Razer. So check out the website, I'll have it linked below. Any of the products from Blackweb for their mouse and keyboard selection is a big win. The final item on today's list is a Bluetooth speaker, and even though I wouldn't necessarily classify this as an essential, I would still consider this an add-on because if you love listening to music as much as I do, then having a Bluetooth speaker around in your dorm room or taking it with you to the gym or if you're going outside is just a nice add-on to have. So personally, I have the Get Together Mini from Marley, and from personal experience, I've had this for about 2 years now. This is a overall pretty good quality speaker. One of the big downsides though is one, it's super big, so it's kind of got this like rectangular box shape to it, and it's also a bit on the heavy side. So putting it into your backpack or carrying it with you to the gym or anywhere else you're going is a little bit, I guess, inconvenient. So that's just something to keep in mind. It is a pretty decent speaker overall. It's probably around $70 now. So yeah, that's the one that I personally have, and I would classify this as being part of the People's Choice category. Just a quick heads up though, if you're looking to buy other speakers from Marley, then I'd recommend not going with their Marley Chant Mini. I've bought 2 of these in the past and have had some serious issues with them, so just make sure you stay clear from the Marley Chant Mini. And the Get Together Mini is fine, just do not get the Marley Chant Mini. For the affordable option, I'd recommend going with the Sony SRS portable speaker, and this is a little bit more conveniently priced. However, it is Sony at the end of the day, so obviously Sony is known for making super high quality headphones and speakers, so you're definitely going to be getting really good sound quality, and you're going to be paying a little bit less than the Marley speakers. So any of the items from Sony are going to be a win. Figuring everything out in college can be a huge roller coaster if you don't have somebody looking out for you. So that's one of the reasons why I created this channel, which focuses on student advice, lifestyle tips, and personal development. If you're still in the middle of your back to school shopping, then check out this video which talks about all of the dorm room essentials you have to have for your dorm. And in the meantime, if you're still stuck at home during lockdown, then check out this video which talks about how you can stay motivated during quarantine.